Why do we still watch films? It's a reasonable question. Well, we live in an age where every person carries a camera, every street contains a potential filmmaker. We have influencer. Every ordinary moment can be recorded, edited, uploaded, and placed before millions of people within seconds. Now you can also use AI to make your stuff, to embellish videos. There is something more than a human being could consume in 1,000 lifetimes. And yet, we still go to movies. Ever wonder why? We still enter a dark room, sit among strangers, and surrender our attention to a story. Why would that be? Because human beings do not live by information alone. We live by stories. Long before we had cinemas, we gathered around fires. We told stories about the hunter who entered the forest, the child who became a king, the warrior who faced the monster, and the broken person who somehow found the courage to rise again. Those stories were not merely entertainment, they were maps. They taught us what danger looked like, they showed us what courage demanded, they warned us about betrayal, arrogance, resentment, and unchecked ambition. And they reminded us that suffering, although unavoidable, could sometimes be transformed into meaning. Film is the modern fire around which we gather. The screen may be larger, the technology may be extraordinary, but the need is ancient. When you watch Rocky climb those steps, you are not merely watching a boxer exercise. You are watching the possibility that an ordinary person can confront his inadequacy and become more than his circumstances predicted. When you watch a hero enter the darkness, you are not simply watching an adventure. Some part of you is asking, could I enter the darkness? Could I face what frightens me? Could I remain honest when dishonesty would be easier? Could I continue when every reasonable voice tells me to surrender? That is why films matter. A great film gives shape to emotions we cannot explain. It allows us to grieve without revealing our private wounds. It lets us experience love without possessing it, courage before demonstrating it, and redemption before believing we deserve it. For a brief period, the boundaries of our own life expand. We become the soldier, the mother, the criminal, the king, the failure, and the person who rises from failure. And perhaps that is why watching a film with other people feels different. Hundreds of strangers sit in darkness, facing the same light. They laugh together. They become silent together. Sometimes, without knowing one another's names, they cry together. In an increasingly isolated world that is almost sacred, creator content can show us a life as it is happening, but cinema can take a life apart, examine it, and reconstruct it so that we understand what it means. A camera is now available to almost everyone, but vision is not. Technology can capture an image, it cannot guarantee truth. An algorithm can distribute a story, it cannot make that story matter. That still requires observation, sacrifice, imagination, and the courage to reveal something real about the human condition. So, why do we still watch films? Because we are creative and maybe we are still frightened. We are still hopeful. We still fall in love. We want to fall in love. We still lose people. We still confront others. We still wonder whether our suffering has meaning and whether an apparently insignificant life can become something extraordinary. We watch films because sometimes we need to borrow another person's courage until we can locate our own. And when the lights come back on, the world outside has not changed. But if the film has done its job, perhaps we have.